World 3 is officially 1 day and 18 hours away, and in this video I'm going to show you guys every single new bit of leaks. There are tons of leaks, and I mean tons of leaks. I mean, we have every single island leak, so many new pets, and so many new eggs, and so much more. But before we start, I'd like to announce that I'm giving away this shiny fallen angel right here, 1 in 5.3 billion. All you have to do is leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your username down below. I'll be picking winners for that, and as well as the shiny super trophy tomorrow, so stay tuned. However, let's move on to the leaks. Let's just go here to Discord, and this is where we left off last video, like on this pet right here. This is the official pet. I'm pretty sure it's called the Fire King, but here we have the first leak of some brand new pets. I think these are like shiny versions of this Fire King or something. And then we have a few reposts. Obviously, this flower pot, I'm pretty sure, is like somewhere up. It's gonna be in this egg, I'm pretty sure, as a tier 3. If I could scroll up and find it, that would be great. Here it is. I'm pretty sure it's called like the flower or whatever it's gonna be called. It looks like a really cool pet. Here we have obviously the same exact pet as this. I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be some type of lord. Obviously, here is the Fire King, as you can see there, and this one I'm pretty sure is going to be called the Axolotl Baggy. Okay, but now I want to actually get into some of the brand new island leaks. So first of all, before we actually look on Discord, you guys can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 islands on the Hyperwave Arcade or Minigame Paradise Island. You guys are gonna be blown because, as you can see right here, World 3 will have 7 islands. That is nearly 2 times as much as the Minigame Paradise. You can see that they're gonna be called seas instead of islands. World 3 is called the 7 Seas. I'm pretty sure C2 is actually gonna be called Blizzard Hills, obviously, and there are just tons of things. There's like a jungle island, a magma island. I mean, this is just going to be insane, but I'm pretty sure for part 1 it's going to be the 7 Seas, Blizzard Hills, C3, and then C4. Okay, now we have some messages here. Not Nerd is going to be delivering every single message, as he is a community manager. He said the flower is a tier 3, and obviously he's referring to this one right here. It's going to be maybe called the flower, something flower, I don't know, but the flower will be a tier 3. He said we're also going to have an Atlantis island in a future part, which is also cool. And then he said I'm saving stuff like the koi / Gryphon for part 2 because it fits better. Obviously the koi and the Gryphon are both OG BGS secrets, which is also cool. And then finally, for the final bits of text right here, obviously after the koi and Gryphon stuff, someone said I'm surprised they haven't added a soul heart back yet. That pet was iconic in OG BGS. And then Nerd says saving it. Obviously the soul heart was a really iconic pet in BGS OG. And then now I want to give you guys some context before we actually move on to the other leaks. Obviously in the Minigame Paradise, which is the second world, we have some limited stuff right here, and this I'm pretty sure is actually a permanent egg, but before this there was actually the game egg. Now it's a chance egg, and as you can see, you obviously spawn it with the board game. If you go to Discord right now, Nerd says we'll probably host some limited eggs in World 3 eventually. Now I don't know if it's going to be similar to the chance egg, if it's going to be like exactly the same, but I'm pretty sure they will have some limited stuff. Before we actually do move on to the leaks, let me know if you guys want a final video on how to prepare for World 3. I've been on the grind really hard. I mean, I have 726 Lucky Evolved, 685 Speed Evolved Potions, 31 of the brand new Secret Elixirs, 110 Infinity Elixirs. I just have tons of boosts. But now, without further ado, let's move on to some of the pet leaks that you guys all know and love, or some of the island leaks, the pet leaks. Here we go. Here is the first type of pet leak. I'm pretty sure this is going to be called a seahorse, which is probably going to be similar to these sea dragons right here. Obviously this is not from OG BGS, but it is from one of their other games, Mining Simulator 2. You can see that they have 4 different variants: the cyan sea dragon, the lunar one, the sand one, and the magenta one. Now here we have some island leaks, or actually Rumble Studios posted on their Twitter page, "Where will you fish? World 3 coming soon." And then we have tons of new leaks, on the islands. Obviously here is going to be like the jungle island. If we scroll a little bit down and you guys can see the islands, I'm pretty sure it might be this island, obviously with like the altar and stuff, the enchanting stuff. Here we're gonna have a blizzard one, which is definitely going to respond to the Blizzard Hills. I'm like 100% sure that it will. And then finally we have like the magma one, the fire island, and some other stuff. How are eggs going to work? Someone says 1 egg for each island, and then Nerd replies with, "Yep, some bonus hidden eggs." We actually have a great leak on what the hidden eggs are actually going to be. Like, if we scroll up tons, you guys are going to see a white room in just a little bit after I actually finish scrolling. I mean, if we can find it right here, you can see this is definitely going to be one of the hidden eggs, with the pet being a gigantic Spitty. I'm pretty sure it might even be an infinity pet, but yeah, this is definitely going to be one of the locations for the hidden egg. Someone says, how will boats work? What's the need for them? And then Nert said, boats caused a lot of issues, so we implemented a map travel system as shown in the teaser above instead. So that means boats are officially cancelled. Let me know where your guys' thoughts down below about boats being cancelled is. I mean, I thought it was going to be a really cool feature. However, instead we are going to get a map system, obviously just like the minigame Paradise. However, I don't think it's going to be involving with cloud jumping as obviously the other islands are. Nert says some islands have special purposes like the enchanting temple and the weather machine. For this, obviously, we have to scroll tons of up. Like here you can see right here the altar, and then the weather machine is basically just what they, told us about just now, because obviously the altar is where you can enchant your fish or like enchant your fishing rod if you have not known already. We can skip over these, small leaks except for this one actually. World 3's Part 2 updates are going to be a lot easier to make than the release, so expect some fun features and expansions. Then someone says, will there be a Part 3? Nert says we're going to have a lot of islands, so probably more than 3 parts. That is absolutely insane. Now, for another huge leak, this is actually one of the islands in Minigame Paradise. I'm pretty sure it's the first one, and this is literally one island in World 3. Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, the island scale is really crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were talking about this island right here, Dice Island number 1, or for the minigame Paradise. This island is obviously really small, you have nowhere to go with it, but if we look back at the other island, you can see with like the altar and stuff, this is a huge island, like an enormous island. And then you can see right here, World 3 Island versus Minigame Paradise World. This obviously does not look like it, but it's the big world in Minigame Paradise. It's literally the lobby of the world where you can play the board game and stuff. And this is a World 3 island. If you ask me, that is absolutely insane. And by the way, we will have new game passes in World 3, obviously. I mean, they have to make their income somehow. And then someone says, Nert, how much Robux do we need for the game passes? Is 1,000 Robux gonna cut it? Nert says prices aren't done yet, but probably yeah. And then it seems like there will also be types of fishing bait. It looks like there's like a galaxy bait, a shiny bait, and then maybe like a normal bait. This looks really cool. I mean, it might be like a normal bait right here, a shiny bait, and then finally like a mythic bait. Finally, back to some more pet leaks. Here we have a mythic version of a secret pet. I'm pretty sure that one's gonna be called the giant pearl. We also saw it like right here, and I'm pretty sure for the normal one it's just like a big white pearl. If I can actually find it, that would obviously be amazing. But obviously, as we scroll up, let me know how excited you guys are for World 3, and we're not even done with the leaks yet. Okay, anyways, I couldn't find the normal giant pearl, but it's basically like a white big ball. Moving on, this is just basically talking about, updates other than World 3. He says, I want to do a lot of quality of life updates after World 3. Obviously, there were actually, like many concerns about the quality of life of BGSI, so that's also good to hear. And then he said, I've had an idea for some sort of hidden potential system where you can feed multiple copies of a secret pet into another copy of it and make it as good as new pets, or like a reawakening system. However, that's definitely not going to be coming in World 3, so we do not have to worry about it yet. Alright, closing up the leaks right here, you can see he says there will be a secret pet reward for grinding a ton, by the way, and then we're gonna have 60 brand new fish, obviously without the mutations. How many different types of fish we need to know? There will be 60 of them. He said there's way more than 3 secrets this update. I don't know why they showed a picture of the event board, but are there any plans of this thing returning eventually? Okay, so yeah, the event board will be returning, which is also really cool. Any confirmation on any new quality of life features yet? This week and next week are pure content. So yeah, that's gonna be really cool. There's not gonna be any quality of life features this week or next week, as it's just gonna be, pure content, obviously, for World 3. Okay, this is a really big leak in my opinion. Is there any pet you can get from fishing, like the Braboot or the pufferfish from Pet Catchers, one of their old games? You can see not_nerd says you can get a secret for catching every single fish. It's gonna get harder with each update though. So yeah, this is really cool. There's gonna be a free secret pet, so that's also cool. He says a lot of new items are being saved for Part 2. That way we can have a gigantic fishing themed season, along with items having more of an effect than just boosting stats. Okay, so that's cool. Now we have some more pet leaks. Here we have the Elder, which actually got leaked, as a fan concept. I'm pretty sure if we scroll like way up, you guys are going to see a few fan concepts that are going to be maybe secret pets. You can see right here we have the Leviathan, here's the Elder, here's like a jar of gem, and then some type of Overlord. Yeah, I have no idea what this pet is. This guy probably says I cannot pronounce that to save the life. But yeah, he says it might be this type of pet, and then the elder will be rewarded as one as the secrets or for getting all the fish. So yeah, the elder might be a secret for getting all the fish. It might be like the free secrets. Nerd says we'll try to get titles this update, maybe saved for part 2 though. And then he also says the milestones are being extended so we can add fishing one later. Finally, to close the video out, we have a leak of a vine fishing rod right here. Then we have Nerd holding a like magma fishing rod. And then someone says, will there be more fishing gear like nets and bait and more in part 2? And then a lot of the items are part 2 to coincide with the new season so we can have a giant fishing season. And then there's just basically tons of more messages. But those are pretty much all of the new leaks for World 3. This update is coming out in literally 2 days and I am so excited for it. Let me know your thoughts down below. How excited you guys are for World 3. I am really excited. Peace.